Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mackenzi if you are new here, and make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see videos every single Wednesday. I am going to start posting every Wednesday. This will be like my third Wednesday in a row, and next week I'm going to be posting a graphic liner tutorial, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up and all that. But in today's video, we are going to be doing an acne coverage video. Now, I want to start this off by saying while we are covering our acne in this video, it is completely normal to have acne. I am 20 years old now and I've had acne since like middle school, and at the beginning it was definitely hard for me to accept that. Like, I wanted to cover my acne. Like, I would not leave my house without covering it just because I didn't really feel confident in my skin with my acne, and I definitely tried everything to get rid of it, and I still am doing that. I feel like now I just have learned to be confident within myself and my skin and learn to embrace my acne and say that it is beautiful and it doesn't matter. Nobody has perfect skin, and if they do, then they are very blessed. I wish that I had that, but I don't. So it is completely normal to have acne, no matter what anyone says. I know sometimes people can be mean, but just don't even listen to them, because it is normal and it is beautiful and it doesn't matter. But this video is just for sometimes when you want to cover it when you have a special event, or if you want to cover it every day. It doesn't matter, it's your choice. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I do that in today's video. And with that being said, make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video, and leave a comment down below. And make sure you stay tuned for the graphic liner video next week, and follow my Instagram at SATINSILKSKIN if you want to see more makeup content. And with that being said, let's just jump into this video. Okay, so I brought you guys in a little bit closer so you can see my skin a little bit, and also I feel like on camera my acne doesn't look as bad. This is like the side that I have a lot of acne on, but I do have a ring light, so it does like blur your skin a little bit. I don't know why, I guess because it's like studio light, I don't know. But to start off, I prep my skin, and Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, it's basically just a moisturizer, but I got this, it's a little baby mini. I got this for my birthday because I wanted to try it, because a lot of celebrity makeup artists use it, and I was like, I want to try it. So I actually like it a lot, but it's very expensive, so I don't know if I'll get it again. But I'm just gonna rub this into my skin because it's very important that I do this, or else my makeup will not look good over top. So I'm just gonna rub this in my skin. So next, I apply the Maelove skincare sunscreen. I guess it's called the sun protector. This is what I apply next, and if you're trying to get rid of dark spots or anything like that, it's really important that you do put on your sunscreen. I know sometimes you may not feel like doing it, and this is how much I put on. And you know, I feel that, but sometimes you just gotta do it. But I'm just gonna rub this in. Next, I go in with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Primer, and I love this primer. It is a gripping primer, and it's important that you have a gripping primer so that the makeup that you're putting over top your acne will stay, and it's just good in general to have your makeup stay in place. I use this every single time I do my makeup. You're gonna wanna make sure that you let it set on your skin for at least a minute, because then the gripping power of Hydro Grip will be activated. So it's really important that you let it soak into your skin for a minute before. Next, I go in with another primer, just because primers serve different purposes, and I sometimes do have people question why I use so many primers, but this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and this is gonna fill in your pores. The Milk Hydro Grip is just gonna grip your makeup, and this is gonna fill in your pores, which is important, especially when we're trying to cover up acne. Having like a smooth base, as smooth as possible, is important. So now we get to the fun part of actually covering up these bad boys. So I go in with the Milani Conceal Imperfect Concealer. Honestly, whatever concealer you have, if it gives a decent amount of coverage. I know a lot of people like to use pot concealers. I don't think I've ever owned a pot concealer, so I don't know. It probably would give better coverage, but I'm gonna lead by good example and not put it directly onto my acne, because I've had people yell at me for doing that before. But you really shouldn't do it. It does spread bacteria if you put the applicator directly onto your acne, so don't do that. This is the Rare Beauty concealer brush. You don't have to use this brush. Any concealer brush will do. And I'm just going to take this and dab it on over top my acne, just like this. Make sure you're pressing it in, not really like going like this, but going like dabbing it in. But also don't do it too hard. Just do a nice pat of concealer directly just on top of where you have your acne. See, I'm just patting it directly onto the spots that I have. To cream contour, I just take this Makeup Revolution Eye Bright Concealer in the shade Warm Chestnut, and I just put it right in my cheekbones. I'm gonna put it on my forehead, and then I'm just gonna blend it all out. Now that I have my contour on and the concealer over top my acne, I go in with my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer, and it says Tinted Moisturizer, but it gives actually a pretty good amount of cover and glow, which I like. I really honestly don't like to wear full coverage foundations. They're honestly just not for me, but if that's the route you like, then feel free to do that on this step. But I personally just prefer a tinted moisturizer if it has coverage, if that makes sense. And I prefer a sponge. I know that a brush can give fuller coverage, but I honestly think that a brush moves around the foundation too much for my liking. I like that I can really pounce this in on the spot and go over it lightly to leave the coverage that we already had there. So I just go really lightly over top the acne, and make sure you get right in where your nose is, because I struggle with that sometimes. My foundation likes to not sit there. I really like this tinted moisturizer, because as you can see, it did give like good coverage, but it also doesn't make me look cakey, which I can appreciate, because I want to cover my acne but without it looking cakey, and this for me definitely accomplishes that. Back over top with another concealer that has more coverage, because my acne is super inflamed and stuff over here, so it doesn't look fully covered. And this is the Clover by Cloven Hallow Camo Cover Concealer, and it's super thick, which is good for covering acne. And I'm just gonna take it on my finger from the back of my hand and just go over where my acne is extra like bad, if that makes sense. Like, look, that already made it so much better. Just, and like diffuse it out so it doesn't look noticeably like I just placed it there. You really just want to concentrate it on the spot. See, just tap, tap, tap. In case your concealer that you put over top, if you weren't using a full coverage foundation, if it doesn't match completely, you could mix in your foundation with the concealer so it will match, or you can go over top lightly again with a little bit more of your foundation just so your cheek matches, or wherever your acne is, your cheek, forehead, chin, wherever it was that you needed extra coverage, just so it matches the foundation a bit better. I'm going in with my Rare Beauty concealer. I think it's a brightening concealer too. But I'm now just, also you can use whatever concealer you have and like foundation and all that. You don't have to use the exact products that I am saying. You can just use like already what you have. But I'm just gonna conceal how I normally would, and you're gonna be like, that is so bright. I know it's really bright, but it works for me. I don't know why or how, but I put it on my chin. I put it here. Okay, so now that I did that, we're gonna go in with powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. Again, you don't need this powder. I also really like the Maybelline Fit Me powder. So don't feel pressured to buy these products. You can use drugstore products. You can use whatever you already have. But this is the powder that I'm gonna go in with. And I like to take it, I really don't know what brush this is. This is a pressed powder brush. And it looks like, there's hair on it. It looks like this. And I'm just gonna take a small amount and tap off the excess, press it over my spots. Because we also don't want it to be too dewy, because then that will really emphasize your acne, but you also don't want it to be too matte, because then it will cling to your acne. So we have to find a happy medium, I guess. When I do this, it really locks in my coverage, and for when I do put powder products over top, you really want to make sure what you already built on top of your face does not come off when you add more product to it. So this is why I like to use a super precise brush, and then you can just use a fluffy brush to powder the rest of your face. If you like to powder the rest of your face, you can also just put the powder over your acne and like under your eyes. I sometimes do that. I sometimes won't powder my entire face just because I like a dewy look. I don't know. So I would also like to mention that you could use a powder foundation instead of translucent powder if you really are looking for that added coverage. But I was looking to just mainly set into place what I already laid down and make it look a little bit more airbrushed. But you could use powder foundation, and if you are like at school, work, out somewhere doing whatever, you could bring a powder foundation compact with you to help touch up your acne spots. In case you notice your makeup starting to fade away throughout the day, you could use that and just pack it in on top of your spots where you need it. But I'm gonna go finish up the rest of my face because I don't really have any more tips for when I'm putting stuff over it. Just make sure when you're putting powder products over it to really gently, like, hold on, let me get a brush. Like when you are adding your bronzer, blush, anything, just make sure you go very gently. I know sometimes we like to go because you want to get it done fast, but that is definitely going to move your makeup around. So make sure you gently like are packing your product into your skin just to make sure you don't move around what we worked so hard for. So yes, I'm going to go finish up my makeup and then we will end the video. So this is how my look turned out. I just did a super simple cat eye, and this is how my skin is looking after I added everything else on top. I'm really happy with how it turned out, but of course there's still gonna be texture and bumps. You're still gonna be able to like see a bump where your acne is, especially if it's a big one. Like I had a few big ones. It's not Facetune that we did, it's skin, and skin is gonna have texture. It's gonna do what it wants. But if you guys have any tips that I may not know or tips for each other, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. Start a conversation with each other, help each other out a bit. And yeah, you guys, that is today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for videos every single Wednesday. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and follow my Instagram at SATINSILKSKIN. I post every single day except for Sundays on there, so if you're looking for more makeup content or tips and tricks, things like that, make sure you go give my Instagram a follow. And also, if you want to participate in polls when I am deciding between videos to film, just like today, but I had to make the executive decision to do this one because graphic liner and acne coverage were neck and neck. So if you want to participate in those polls, make sure you follow my Instagram. And yeah, I hope you have an amazing day or night, whatever it is for you in this moment, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye guys.